Good morning, guys. I wanted to make this video to show you how things are going to work this week, and they are going to be a little bit different than before. So what I've been doing is just kind of trying to find new ways to make things better for us, better for you guys, make things more exciting. And so this is one of the ideas I've came up with, and we're going to try it for this week. And then you have the opportunity to give me some feedback about whether it worked or didn't work, and what didn't work, and so that maybe I can use it going forward. So first off, I want to appreciate you guys being my tester. So you'll see this surface area trial module. You still have to learn this material. It's still going to be the same material. You would learn that in a way that we would have done it before. It's just going to be presented in a different way. Okay, so you're going to click on this surface area, and then you're going to see these three tabs. So this kind of explains what I'm going through in this video, and then it tells us what we have to do. So we have to do these two lessons, 11.1 and 11.2, and then there's going to be opportunities for extra credit. We're going to review for our test, and then another extra credit. And one of the things that has changed is I've taken the due dates off the actual work, but it is all due on Friday. So you have to get it all done by Friday, but the speed in which you get it done is up to you. So if you want to do it all today, go for it. Just make sure, if you're a virtual student, that you come back every day and click your attendance form. Okay? That's the only caveat. But like I said, if you want to get it all done today, then you can. Just remember to come back and fill out my attendance form so you don't get counted absent. All right. So this great food truck race. So I've created this, and this is how you're going to get your materials, lessons, everything for this week. When you click the PowerPoint, it should open it up into a new tab. You shouldn't have to download anything. You should just open it into a new tab. Make sure you were on your school email whenever you're working. Everything's done through Microsoft, and so make sure you're just logged into Microsoft through your school email. So go to Slideshow and then go from the beginning. And this is what you're going to do every time you come in here to do any kind of work. All right, so we've got the great food truck race. And our goal is to eat at every food truck in this food truck park. And each food truck is one of our lessons, okay? And we want to balance out all this food that we're eating with some exercise. And so you'll see each food truck is going to be a lesson, and then you'll see these chalkboards in between the food trucks, and these are going to be our opportunities for exercise, which is going to be our extension or our extra credit work, okay? So you can see most things are linked. So if you are on a computer, that's the best way to view this and work with this, and it'll be the easiest. However, it will still kind of work on an iPad or a phone. You just have to be very careful with it, and I'll show you the modifications I made for that. So you can see my pointer turns into a little hand. That means that there's a place there that you can click. So you're going to start from left to right. And since we don't have very much to do this week, we're actually only going until we're going to do this first truck, the first chalkboard, second truck, second chalkboard. That's all that there is for this week. So you're going to start with this first one, and you click it. And here's our food truck. We got some Italian food. So then you're going to click the menu, and then here are your options. So I'm going to list this out on the campus page too. But these are your options. You get to choose. The things you're going to be graded on are going to be what we're calling the dessert. That's going to be your practice. And then you're going to be graded on your check. Actually, take that back. You're only going to be graded on your check. But you cannot move on to the mastery check until you finish your dessert. Okay? If you don't need the warm-up, you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Okay? The main is going to be our notes. and that you can choose videos or you can choose our textbook that I've pulled electronically from. Either is up to you. If you don't need to watch videos or read text about it, you know how to do surface area of every shape out there, then good for you. Okay, these are going to be your extra videos and extra text. So if you didn't understand my videos, then you can come here and watch extra videos, okay? Or read extra text. If you get to the practice and you don't know what you're doing, you can come up back to these extra ones too. Okay, and then our dessert is going to be our practice, and obviously virtual, anything that says it's on paper, you have to, or activity, you have to click the online one. That's all you have the option for. Everybody else has the option to do it either on paper, online, or an activity around the room. So this is going to be, no matter which one you choose, you're going to get your work checked. And if you've got the basic understanding, it seems like you do. If you're online and you get most of the questions right, you just made an error or two. If you're working in class, you get me to check it. And if you get all the questions right, then you can move on to your mastery check. The mastery check, you have to get that checked and it has to be all correct before you can move on to the next lesson. So while you get to work your way through this at your own pace, you still have to hit that mastery before you can keep moving on. So all of these are clickable. So whatever you select. So if I'm going to do the warm-up online, I'm going to click soup. And then here's where I made modifications for an iPad or a phone. So normally you wouldn't be able to see, you don't have a mouse on your iPad or phone. So I have highlighted, I've kept the shapes of where I've linked things. So wherever you see a shape, that means that there's a link. So you can see this link and you can click it and it will take you to a Microsoft form. That's why I said you have to be logged into your school Microsoft account. And then you click it and then you take it. You should be able to review your results afterwards and see how well you did. And then once you're done, then you click menu and you go back. Anything you do online, let me go back to that. I think this just goes straight to, so it clicks and opens the form. And then go back to my PowerPoint, go back to menu, and then when I come to pizza, you'll see the different shapes. It means that there's links to different videos there. Same thing here. If you were doing the dessert, and again, if you're doing the online, you just click it and it takes you to that Microsoft form. If you're doing it on paper, then go ahead and click it and it tells you what to go get. The mastery check, same thing. This is for in-person people only. We're going to be doing our mastery checks all by ourselves. So even if you're at home, don't use the internet to check your work. Don't use the internet to answer the questions. Just use your notes and do it by yourself. And then once you are mastered this, work through it, then you go back to the part. And then this one is going to be the next lesson. You click the menu button, and then here's the same types of things. It's just going to be for these lessons. If you want to, then you can exercise. And when you click on the sign, it takes you to this yoga, and this is going to take you to the form of what you can do. That yoga exercise will be extra credit. The second one, we're going to go for a run, click the sign, and you can see this rectangle, and it's going to be our test review, and then I'm going to add the test review answers in here. Okay, so we're just working through this and having it done by Friday. Let me know if you have any questions or trouble working through things. Since we are trying this out, then I expect things to be happening, things not to work correctly. So I need to know all of that whenever it happens. And like I said, you'll be able to give me some feedback at the end of the week.